Hey YouTube, it's Courtney Omega. I'm back. You might notice a little midget in the background. It's my daughter. I first of all want to thank all my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for showing so much love. I really appreciate it. And of course, as always, I want to get right into my topics because I usually don't like to waste too much time. First of all, let me say I am not trying to down anyone. So please, before you email and or post or comment and say I'm being negative or anything like that, I'm not being negative. And I appreciate all women in all sizes and shapes. Let's say that. Let me just put that out as a disclaimer. But with that being said, I am talking to my brothers because y'all are some can be really contradictory with yourselves. And I actually thought of doing this topic because I'm always talking with one of my cousins. He's a young man, about 26 or 27 years old, and we just, we have a ball just like laughing, going over people's videos and whatnot. And I recently ran across an article about BBWs being the kind of the new taboo, like what they were, what white girls kind of were 10 years ago. BBWs are becoming that now. And when I say that, I'm saying that because they're becoming to be like, people have got to, men feel like they got to make excuses for why they want to date them. And this had nothing to do with what I've read. It has somewhat to do with what I've read, but even without reading, these are things that I've witnessed. Like, some guys will be like, oh, so and so is fat, but she mad pretty. Or I have a friend who is dating a guy, and in his past he used to see nothing but BBWs, and he was always like, oh, they can cook really good. And of course, some guys give the age-old excuse, oh, BBWs or big girls give, good, what, because they just be so grateful to have somebody, or they're easy or whatever. Like, I heard all excuses. And at this point, I'm just like tired of hearing excuses. If you like dating big girls, say you like dating big girls. Like, why do you feel like you got to make up an excuse for it? Say you don't mind an extra roll here or there. Say you don't mind your girl having a little more thigh than usual. Say you don't mind your chick neck being thick. Just like come out and be real with it. Don't masquerade it. And also I want to get on this topic because dudes are the worst when they're talking to other dudes. Like when I was in school, and even, be honest with you, like I said, I taught for a couple of years also in Philly. I would hear, like, guys talking to each other, and they would be, like, clowning each other about their, girls or what have you. And the guy receiving the clowning, about maybe a girl, if he was dating, like, a bigger girl or whatever, he'd be like, oh, she ain't fat. She not a big girl. And then if I knew the girl or what have you, I would, kind of have to get a mental picture, and I would be like, yeah, she is. I really don't understand the way guys, they try to, some guys, I'm not going to say all guys, because I don't like to generalize, because I don't like to be generalized, but some guys try to make, like, the excuses, like, oh, she is like, 200 plus pounds, but she is mad tall. She ain't 7 feet tall, dog. She ain't Shaq height, and Shaq is 7 feet tall, and, at his biggest, yes, he's on a competitive level, but at his biggest, he gets up to, like, 265, and so, unless you dating at Shaquille O'Neal, which I doubt, come on. And again, I'm not saying that there aren't pretty and there aren't beautiful BBWs. I know plenty. I have a very close friend of mine who is gorgeous. And I mean, you would have to be almost stupid to take a, pin-sized girl over her just because she's bigger. Because she is gorgeous. I have a sister who's very big. And you talk about fashion, she has always been up on her brand names, her fashions, new lines, that sort of thing. She always told me how to spot fakes, purses, that sort of thing. So, I definitely know I'm not downing BBWs. This is not what this video is for. Like I said, I'm talking to these guys and just like keep it real. Keep it real, gentlemen. And some of y'all may say, oh, we like this other stuff you do, Courtney. We like the conscious stuff. And believe me, I'm going to get back to that. But I just had to put this video out here because me and my cousin were busting it up the other day and just really, having some laughs back and forth. But then it just came around to just being like, yeah, why can't, guys just be real and say, hey, I like a bigger girl, and it may not be like the bigger the better type thing, but you know when you don't mind an extra gut, okay? And also, like, I'm putting this out there because some guys, and I've heard this conversation, they'll say, oh, I don't know how BBWs think they look so good or why they think they look so good. You know why they think they look so good? Because your friends who are around laughing with you about BBWs and how they think they look so good, they're banging them. They're banging them, and, they're telling them that they look good. And so this is why some of these women think that, their size is okay. And I'm not saying that it isn't. But I'm saying, some females, and who, you are, some of you know who you are, what have you, and some of you have known some, they are just, expanding. And they're like, oh, this is sexy, this is in, this is hot. And the reason why they think that is because they're continuing to get attention. And they're continuing to get suitors and laid. So they think that it's okay that they look that way. And they're thinking the more the merrier. So, like I said, this may be separating a little bit from what my topics usually are. But I just had to get it out there and, had to bust it up a little bit. And talk to these fellas. If you are in the closet, BBW, and come out the closet, man. It's all right. It's all right. And if y'all are wondering and somebody wants to say, hey, well, what are you looking like? My addresses are on my profile page. Check them out. Up and down. No, I ain't just, I'm not no size 01. Probably never will be. Unless I got on some type of major drug. I am very happy being, I've been as small as an 8. I'm at like a 10 now, but I've been as small as like a 7, 8. I've been as big as a 16. And when I was as big as 16, I lost 55 pounds. And that's word. So, like I said, I'm about a size 9, 10 now. And you can check out my pictures, and if anybody wants to test and say, oh, we'll send us something, current, my BlackBerry address is on there too. I send you something current because, like I said, I'm not putting down any shapes. I like a big boom boom. I have a big boom boom. Okay, mama don't play no games now. Okay, I do have that, and I got some tatas. I shake them, but other things I work on. Thighs. I work on my thighs because I'm a short girl too. So I'm 5 feet. So I can't let things get too out of hand. But, like I say, big girl doing your thing, I see you. I see you and I appreciate it. And I know you're doing your thing. But I'm getting at these guys here because these guys feel like they got to make excuses for you, being with you. Calling them out. And just letting people know, letting everybody know it's all right if you're proud, to be with your big girl. Say you're proud to be with your big girl. Don't go around making excuses. Oh, they cook better. They get better sex. They're so loyal because you can find that in any category. Alright? So, MySpace me, YouTube me, email me, whatever. Y'all know how to reach me. Till next time. And next time I'll be back on the conscious. Bye, YouTube.